Okay, so we're live. Let's give a couple of minutes here to see if anyone shows up. Grab my notebook and my paperwork's over here in case I need to make notes about anything. Hey, how's it going, Lazy Larry? Hey, that was an interesting live chat going on at Chris and Cebu. I thought some of the stuff was a little bit strange, but all in all, I would say it was a good live. What do you think? All right. How's it going, everyone? I thought we'd fire this up and see who is out there tonight. Tonight. Well, it may be morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are located. Hey, how's it going, Ricky P? Thanks for joining the live stream. I appreciate it. Yeah, Chris and Cebu's live stream was fun. I always enjoy it. The way people banter back and forth, about the subject of the Philippines and what's going on in the world. I notice sometimes that Chris doesn't like to address some of the stuff that's being said on there. He passes it by. I think someone called Chris and Cebu a lone wolf. I think he is. I think Chris is his own man, and that's the reason why I enjoy his live streams so much. Anyway, today was sort of an interesting day because we start off heading to Filipino town here in Sacramento. There's a road. It's just a single road that where all the Filipinos show up to do their business, and it's really neat because it's like going into like a small town, outside of Manila or something like that. And you get transported back in time, kind of like you get transported over into the Philippines, basically. So anybody who's got a seafood city in their community, they kind of know what I'm talking about. Or a Jollibee, Hi, how are you, Joanna Hannah? I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate you being here. Hey, let's say I'm taking attendance. Joanna Hannah. Yeah, I like that. Yes, make a note of it. Thumbs up, Joanna Hannah. Thanks so much. I truly appreciate you being here. Ricky P, Lazy Larry says hello. Of course, if you know Lazy Larry, he's anything but lazy, and I think that's kind of fun. He's a hardworking man. There you go, and hello to Joanna Hannah from Lazy Larry. Hey, Lazy Larry, have you ever been to Joanna's YouTube channel? Go in and take a look. It's very, very interesting stuff in there. Yeah, so like I was saying, hey, by the way, Joanna Hannah, it's Lazy Larry's day off. I don't know if you know it or not, but he gets the weekends off from work, which I think is kind of nice. In the Philippines, of course, Lazy Larry knows that we don't have many days off in the Philippines. But anyway, so like I was saying, we were shopping. We were shopping today in Seafood City, and I started off the day by having spam. I had longanisa, I had eggs, and I had garlic rice. The breakfast of champions. I tell you what, I really, really enjoy Saturday. Um, because that's where I feel I get like a, you know, I get like a feeling of being home in the Philippines. So I think it's absolutely great. So, and then there's a Jollibee across the parking lot. We feel like Jollibee, and then also close by is there's a Chow King. Sometimes they eat at Chow King. I kind of like the food, but it's Filipino fast food. And then across the way we have Red Ribbon, and I almost, but I didn't do it. I almost stopped in Red Ribbon to get some of the tasty treats that they have there. I kept looking around, that one where they have all the cheese piled high on that pastry. Man, I had that last week or week before last, and I sure had the taste for it again. But my wife was giving me the old stink eye, like you ain't going near that pastry, at least unless she could have some. See, that's the whole thing. But wife Minnie was in there getting her hair done in one of the Filipino businesses there, the hair salon. She enjoyed herself in there. So that's how the morning started. So the exchange rate was pretty good today, and so we were able to send off a little bit of money over into the Philippines. That's always a good thing to do when the exchange rate bumps up a little bit. But I realize I have empathy for Filipinos because when the exchange rate, of course, is going up, over here, when we get a favorable exchange rate, that means things that aren't so favorable are going on in the Philippines. And generally speaking, that means inflation is happening. So inflation is happening in the Philippines. We already know that it's taking place because the food bill keeps climbing. A chance to check it out or not, but oh yeah, I love the mixed vegetables with noodles. We had the house blessing in Bye Bye City Lake a couple of days ago, and I was able to get that video posted up online. And so, in any event, if you get a chance to go over there and take a look at that, I want to thank my brother-in-law, Jell, and my brother-in-law, Coach Mavs David, for handling their business over there. Mavs was behind the camera most of the time. Jell took some nice video also, but Jell was responsible for putting together the arrangements. And it was kind of cool because Minnie and I we attended the ceremony virtually, so it was the first time that we were able to do that. Of course, Bye Bye Leyte, as most of you know, Bye Bye City Leyte didn't get hit as hard as other parts of Leyte when Odette hit. So they got the electricity and the water running, and they got the internet within a couple of weeks of Odette. So we've got high speed internet that goes to the house. We got the latest and the greatest that's available anywhere in the Philippines going to the house. That was one of the fortunate surprises. One of the surprises that we got when we ordered up the internet service. I actually didn't check that out beforehand. So we were lucky when wanting to get your business. So not only was it high speed, but it also is cheap because everybody's competing for business. So, and they put it in within a couple of days. I'm telling you, the Philippines is really, really changing, in that it's becoming more like the West almost every single day. Yeah, we ate that like We're buffering. Uh-oh. I got the white, what do they call that? The white circle of death. So yeah, lately here, oh yeah, internet. Isn't that strange? I was just talking about the internet and then all of a sudden it glitched. Well, here in the apartment that we're renting, we have crappy internet service. When everybody's on it, like on a Saturday or Sunday night here in the States, it glitches. We end up getting buffering. And so they don't charge us very much for the internet service. It's on cable. It's not even on, what is it called? Fiber optic. They're just getting around to installing fiber optic cable here in this apartment complex here in Sacramento. It's one of the last places to get fiber optic cable. So we're just using old school AT&T cable. And on a Saturday night, which is what it is here in Sacramento, you got everybody going on the internet, all at the same time, because mostly everybody is using it. They're using it for both the cable service, for the television, and also for live streaming, which is what I do. So I don't have regular cable. I have what do they call that? I've got just internet, and so my Netflix and all the other channels are on. They're being streamed. They're not running through the old school cable system. So yeah, breakfast was great, and then like I said, we had to send some money over to LBC, and then then let's see, my wife was about an hour and a half in the beauty shop getting some of her hair, getting the coloring on her hair renewed and all that. And then we went shopping, and then we were back here at the house. So we go into Seafood City and pick up all the Filipino foods like, tocino and different things. The Filipino sausage that everybody loves. Hey, by the way, I meant to bring this up. So somebody brought up about that they were worried about traveling to the Philippines because they were going to miss their Mexican food. Okay, so being Mexican American, I was thinking to myself, let me ponder the question of Mexican food for a second, right? So I realized that there are plenty of foods that are available in the Philippines that are, I would say, very, very closely related to the types of food that you would find, in Southern California, something like that. So that was one thing that is probably one of the main reasons why I didn't miss eating Mexican food. Going to the Philippines, my first thought wasn't, oh, I wonder if they have any Mexican food here. But okay, and I think I didn't think about it because they have such a wide variety of food that is very similar to food that I grew up on. One of them that I talk about is menudo. I mean, I could almost make any kind of connection to any kind of Filipino food that involves soup, to menudo, traditional, Mexican style, Southern California style menudo. So anyway, man, I got an itch here that just won't go away. So anyway, I apologize. That just doesn't look right. It looks like I'm picking my nose. Well, anyway, so that's the reason why I never thought about it. So when people started sending me messages about Mexican food, I was like, why is this happening to me? I don't even remember going there and asking for anything, you know what I mean, that I missed. But some people point out that they miss food from their home country, and that could be any food, from I think one time Philly in the Philippines was talking about missing American hot dogs, the kind that you get at the ballpark. Well, that's very similar to the same thing. In other words, the same thing that someone. So so Mexican food's important, but unfortunately, when Seth was here last time, Cess had said that they don't have decent Mexican food, in the Philippines. And she lives what? I think she lives near Dumaguete, doesn't she? Does she live near Darwin or Dumaguete? Well, if any place would have great Mexican food, you'd think it would be there because that's where everybody goes to congregate. And then I remember Rike on his channel saying something like that. He missed his mom's homemade tamales, and I could really appreciate that because my mom makes the best tamales in the world, and everybody always says that about their mom's food, right? So anyway. Oh, pozole, bless your heart. I love a good pozole. I don't think you're going to find a decent pozole anywhere in the Philippines. Not the way we're used to eating it in Southern California. I know there are variations of pozole depending on where you live regionally in the United States. Different in Texas, different in Chicago, different in so wherever you live. Southern California, where I grew up, was La Puente, and wherever you grew up, and then here I live in Sacramento, it's going to be a little bit different, and I think you're gonna seek out the pozole that you grew up on, right? I mean, if you know how to make pozole, you've won my heart, and I'm telling you. But I'm just saying. So anyway, I never thought about those things because in the Philippines, they use a lot of corn. They use corn. They use pork. They use rice. And rice it's a common, it's their staple. It's what they eat. That is what they survive on and thrive on. And so pork and rice. And so pork, chicken, and rice. And I mean, you have Mexican. You have restaurants in the Philippines that have Mexican names, on them. But I guess Seth had pointed out, and I agree, that it's not exactly the same food. They cater to the Filipino taste and the Filipino diet and the Filipino culture. So, anyway, for example, I go to Mall of Asia one day. I remember I was looking around. Oh, I had been carrying this thing around me all day. Man, it would be great to bring El Pollo Loco to the Philippines. They would love, that chicken cooked over the open flame. Right? Of course, El Pollo Loco is a Mexican food place. It has its roots in Mexico, and then it came to the United States, and it's just a huge successful chain. People just love the chicken. And here I'm pulling up to a Mall of Asia with my wife, Minnie, and first thing we do is we get out of the car and we're coming through the main entrance. And what do I see? El Pollo Loco. But you go in there, and yeah, they have all the same stuff they have here in the States. Prepared the same way, with that lemon concoction, that sauce that you find all over the place that people love, lime and all that, lime juice and that preparation that they broil those chicken on. But I mean, they put on there when they're broiling the chicken. But I mean, to see it here in the Philippines, in Manila, at Mall of Asia, was quite a surprise, because it hadn't been around all that long, and then so here you have a lot of Filipino business women and men going home to the Philippines, and then they know what Filipinos like in terms of food, what will sell, but they also know that there are a lot of expats moving to the Philippines or already living in the Philippines. And so they're catering to their taste as well. But so you can go in El Pollo Loco and you can get fried chicken, cooked Filipino style. So, oh, New Mexico. Yeah, I have a daughter that doesn't talk to me that lives in Albuquerque. Still can't figure out what I did to her that caused her to not want to talk to me. Anyway, I love her still. I love her all the more anyway. But uh, Oceanside's a great place. Of course, I lived in Oceanside years and years ago when I was a young adult. Um, I worked for a sales company, and that was my territory. Was I would fill in and do places like San Diego and Oceanside and all that whole area, including San Diego proper and all the way down to the Mexican border. Um, it was fun. It was a lot of fun to do that route. But that's in my younger days. I still enjoy going down there a lot. Oceanside is one of my favorite. I mean, Oceanside in that area, I mean, Oceanside, hey, it's quite a bit different than San Diego proper, as you know. It's way different. It's a way different. Um, in my opinion, it's a more relaxed. I don't know how it is. I haven't been down there in at least 2 years, but it's very relaxed and pleasant. I think the last time we were there, Minnie and I, we stayed at the Best Western, and they have the rooms that face the ocean front. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, Rudy, but it was a. I remember we spent like 2 or 3 nights there, and it was very, very pleasant, very impressive place. So, and also where you grew up, it's easy to get around. It's easy to go north, south, east, west. Your what do you guys call that train? The trolley, right? The trolley goes north, south, east, west, goes at every place that you want to go, and that is the difference between San Diego and a place like Sacramento, where the dang thing is that light rail system is so antiquated that they might as well get horse and buggies to take you to where you need to go. They haven't quite figured out that the thing doesn't go where people need to go. But then again, truth be told, I mean, Sacramento and Albuquerque, they remind me. I mean, they're similar to each other in a way. What's similar about Albuquerque is and that's similar to Sacramento is it's so spread out, and so it's, to be fair to the light rail people, the people that formed the transportation, did the engineering, it's very, very complicated because it has to go so many places. But I hear New Mexico is growing like crazy, absolutely nuts. So I've been both the places you've been to, Rudy, and I enjoyed both of them. Well, hey, wait, Albuquerque, it's been a long time since I've been to Albuquerque, but Central Avenue, I remember was pretty much the seedy part of town. When you're going through parts of Central Avenue. Somebody has since told me that all that area is cleaned up a little bit. So, okay, so Sammy's here in the background, I believe. Thanks for coming, Sammy. You must be busy with them cabinets, huh? The cabinets are looking beautiful that you're putting in there. Man, I think some people are right that you ought to. I know you got a couple suggestions about those cabinets. I think those kitchen cabinets, they look great open. You can close them up and put doors on them anytime you want. But they look great open. Kind of modern. Yeah, the Navy. That's right. It's I think they have a naval museum there, Lazy Larry, and so it's it's nice to go there and see some of the things they have on display there. Of course, I went through and I'm a cheap bastard, don't like to pay, and so I see the whole world from the outside of the outside shell. you know. One day, the next time I'm in San Diego, which will be uh, shortly. And I'll tell you, I'm going to give you that story in a minute about why we'll be down there. Anyway. Okay, he says, Sammy, Lazy Larry says hello. Yes, yes. If you have to work on them cabins, you got stuff to do. I know you got to make hay. Well, you got sunlight there. Okay. Sammy says hello, Larry. Oh, you're in Rio Rancho. Okay, so Rio Rancho, right? So Rio Rancho, Rudy, aren't you close to retire? Aren't you close to? You work for the city of Santa Fe or something? Well, anyway, or maybe you live in Rio Rancho and work for the city. But thing is about Rio Rancho is that was last time I was there. That was just springing up. So that tells you, how long it's been since I've been in Albuquerque. The houses were just starting to go up in Rio Rancho. So I know the area. That was an area of brand new homes, right? 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Oh, you added 3 doors. Okay, send me a picture. I want you to send me a picture so I can see what that looks like. Send that to my messenger and I'll take a look. Yeah, so anyway, why would we be down in San Diego? Okay, so my mom lives in LA. We're up in Sacramento now. If you know California, that's a 600-mile journey between Sacramento and LA. So I've been thinking about, retirement really starts in, wow, I think I only have like 8 working days left, actual working days. Of course, it's a 2 or 2.5 week period of time, but only 8 working days left. So then Minnie is still working and she probably won't leave her employment until until the lease runs out in this apartment, which is the middle of July. And then the first thing we're going to do is trek down to see my mom in Los Angeles. And we'll also be flying out to Southeast Asia out of LAX. Oh, okay. You upload. Oh, it's on YouTube. All right. I'm going to go check it out. All right. Got it. Thank you. Thank you for the link. Hey, by the way, if you guys don't know, Sammy PH has skills, carpentry skills, and you need to go take a look because he does some beautiful carpentry work. And I'm talking about taking the tree and cutting it down and using the wood. I mean, he's got skills. So I mean, it's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch because the way we do here in the United States is everything. There's a machine for everything. Machine cuts the wood, planes the wood. All you do is measure, cut, measure twice, cut once. The old carpenter's rule. So anyway, I was talking about. So why will we end up at San Diego? Well, I'm still kind of hoping that by the time Minnie and I head home to the Philippines, all this restrictions and vaccine requirements and test requirements. I have the vaccines, by the way, but I have all 3. I got boosted, and Minnie's been boosted also. But I was just thinking that what concerns me is really that PCR test or PCT test or whatever the hell they call that, right? You have to have that 48 hours before you depart. So I'm like, wow, what the heck? What the heck? 48 hours doesn't give you much time for mistakes to happen. And the thing is, mistakes happen all the time when traveling, especially when you're going to a foreign country. So I came up with this scheme. The scheme was, it's actually probably easier and quite possibly cheaper to go to Thailand first and spend a couple months there, and then make our way south to the Philippines from wherever we end up. So let's say, for example, that Vietnam is open at the time we're making our way south, heading for the Philippines, heading for our house in Bye Bye City Lake is what I'm talking about. Okay, well, if you go into Da Nang, which is on the east coast of Vietnam, that's only like an hour and a half or a 2 hour flight into Clark Field. And we have relatives that live in Pampanga. And so Pampanga is only a 20-minute or 30-minute drive out of Clark Field. So I'm thinking to myself, man, I really would love to show Minnie Thailand. Now she's been to Thailand once, and I've been to Thailand about 3-4 times, I think 3. And I got a chance to see Thailand, but not the places, not all of it, and Minnie definitely didn't get a chance to see as much as we needed to, because at the time we went, we were going there for a wedding, and we only had 2 weeks, 2 weeks to make it around. And I mean, 2 weeks, as you know, if you guys have ever been to Bangkok or Thailand, you could spend 2 weeks in Bangkok and still not even scratch the surface of what all there is to see. And so that's the story on that. So I'm thinking, well, if we can get out to Thailand first, I might be able to control a little bit better all these requirements. Hey, Lazy Larry paid you a compliment. Yeah, I know. Do it yourself is what it's all about here in the States too. Don't pay someone to do it. Just fire up a YouTube video and take a look. But I know you're a carpenter. You're a skilled carpenter. So someday I would like to know how you learned your trade. Rio Rancho, that's right. And so it's kind of exciting there, Rudy. I'm going to segue here, or I'm going to jump off the subject of how we're traveling, but because I want to talk about this whole retirement thing for a minute. So we're both going to be retiring next month, and the reason why is that if you get this public service retirement, then you got to retire by the end of March to get the cost of living adjustment by July 1st. That's the beginning of the next fiscal year. I have no idea why it works this way. I have no idea. Just a system that's set up so that, I have no idea. But in order to qualify for the meager cost of living adjustment that I'll be getting anyway, I don't know if yours is this big like mine, 2%. Then you have to retire before March 31st. And so I'm leaving before then, but it's strategic, it's a strategic move. So I can get some of my sick time credited, and then all of my vacation time, gets converted into cash and tax free into my retirement account. But not the public service retirement account that goes in the 457k. So it's a maneuver, to make everything flow a little bit better, and for you to get more the most bang for your buck. Looks beautiful though. Those look like brand spanking new IKEA cabinets, Sammy. That's what I compare it to. Like they're brand spanking new, like you could pay big money for in IKEA. And by the way, that says, or someone, Ava loving it. Her channel, she just did a video where she's shopping in the IKEA warehouse. And she was talking about how confusing it is, to find everything on the shelf. I don't think she likes the self-service part of IKEA. Anyway. Yeah, I figured that your dad is a skilled carpenter also. And so, he's a boat builder. And you help him out. Well, that's great, man. I'll tell you, having that skill is worth gold. You can't even find a skilled carpenter here in the U.S. anymore. Those trades are just dying. Everything is, pre-framed for you, and you have to fit the door frame and the, you know, in the, you know, in the door and the wall while you're building the wall. It's just a pain. But I'll tell you what. When I saw them installing the doors at our house in Bye City Leyte, I was amazed at the skills. I'm telling you. I was like, the way they have this to do the door frames and set the door and chisel out for the doorknob and everything is amazing. Couldn't believe it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you could set a door, Sammy, you and I are going to become better than best friends. If you can set a door, if you can make that fit square, I'm telling you, that's an amazing skill set to have. $7K pays. I said, oh, okay. I make my, yeah, that's right. Yeah. At least that. More than that. What are you talking about? 7K would be a bargain. Anyway, let's see about the trip. Oh yeah. So in retiring, you know how, maybe you don't know, but in the United States, people get a little crazy, with the whole retirement thing. In the very beginning, they treat it like they're going on vacation, right? And so I started thinking about this. I said, well, why do they treat it like you're going on vacation? Because you're going on a vacation, a permanent one. And so that means that you're gonna grab the wife, grab the grandkids, whoever else, and you're gonna load them up in this RV, and you're gonna go across the country. And probably after the first couple of days, we're gonna find your RV parked in the Motel 6 parking lot. So anyway, we're gonna do Dan's version of this, right? Dan's version of this is we're gonna take probably the Amtrak train down the coast to go to LA, in some kind of way. I'm gonna make my way to my mom's house in La Puente, and then from there we're gonna spend a few days there, and then I was telling my wife, man, let's go down to the border. Let's cross over the border, go into Mexico. Let's go as far deep as we feel comfortable with. But I mean, if you've never been to Playas de Tijuana, I mean, that's as beautiful of a beach as you'll find anywhere in the world. I mean, except the Philippines. Right? It's gorgeous. I mean, crystal clear water, white sandy beaches. I mean, you don't have to go far in order to find that. But here's the thing, here's the catch. Very expensive in San Diego, not so much when you get down to Baja. Okay, here's the thing though. Things have gotten way more expensive down in Baja than I recall from the last time that I was there. And so I'll do some vlogging from down there. Why not? Show what beautiful beaches they have down there. And then we'll spend a week or two there, and then we'll come back up to LA. We'll fly out of Los Angeles and head over to Bangkok. And hopefully all those restrictions about doing the expensive tests and all that will be gone. By the way, that other test, they don't shove it, from what I understand, they don't shove it up the nose anymore. They either you'll do the test where they do the ring around the rosy, where they'll just rub it around 4 or 5 or 8 or 10 times to make your nose itch. Or they do a throat swab, or they do some other kind of test. Your house is so nice and big. Prepare me room. Yeah. Oh, hey, Sammy. I'm not joking. You're welcome anytime in my house and in our house in Bye. We got, I don't know if you saw in the back there when the Papa was going up the stairs, but listen, Jill, my brother-in-law is brilliant. He saw this opportunity to carve out 2 rooms there making a loft room, one on top of the other, right? So one of them is probably going to be my office guest bedroom, and the other one may be the pantry, but it also may serve as a guest bedroom, you know. So I think Joe, he did a beautiful job adapting, you know, the maximizing the amount of space that we had in that small lot. That lot is only something like 200 square meters, and so we crammed 165 meters in a 200 square meter lot, something like that. And some people, yeah, oh yes, you measure 3 times before cutting the wood, yeah, to make sure. I know, especially if your dad is watching. See, that's the thing. If your dad's watching you, he taught you well because my dad would have hit me over the head with a hammer if he saw me not measuring at least twice. But 3 is the charm. See, I would have not gotten in trouble as many times as I was as a kid if I measured 3 times instead of only one. That's the thing. See, so you learned well from your papa. Oh yeah, well, you know, we know. I don't even know. Hey, honestly, I got to tell you, Sammy, I don't even know how the house ended up being as large as it is. I don't even know. You know, honestly, you know, here's the thing about the house, right? I would have built a house that would not have stood up to Typhoon Odette. I have to be honest with you. And so I was listening to everybody telling me, you know, you have to build a concrete hollow block house. But my heart, in my heart of heart, I wanted a simple Kubo style house. See, and people said, oh, you're crazy if you build like that. It won't stand up to typhoon. So I listened to what they had to tell me as far as that goes, as far as building hollow block. And then instead of going with, I said, if that's really the way it is, and instead of going for number fours for the exterior wall, we'll go with number sixes for the exterior, and then we'll go with number fours for the interior. But I don't know, you know, I don't know. When after I thought about it, I go, well, you know, I should have used cocoa wood or something else on the inside and not even done hollow block, and the house would have gone up really fast. But instead, the house took a long time to build, you know, for a variety of different reasons. Some of them I couldn't control, you know. It's hard to work alone, but you'll do excellent work. I'll tell you that. When you're doing it yourself for your own house is when you do the best work. So, oh, sure, I love doing that. I love doing that. But hey, I don't know what my budget's going to look like when retirement comes. We have to see. We have to see when you know, oh man, the Social Security checks and all this other, the pension starts flowing in. Uh, I think it'll be okay though. But I'm going to have a YouTube budget. You know, I have designed a YouTube budget, and then I just see, I got a list right here. And so then I just tick off spreading the wealth to my YouTube friends is a very pleasurable experience. So you're very welcome, and I enjoy doing it. And so someone asked me, I did get an email from someone though, Dan, are you rich? I said, no, I wouldn't say so. But we have different levels of income here in the States. You know, we have uh, poor, we've got middle class, and we have super rich. The majority of the people in the United States, they're somewhere between poor and middle class. Very few are above that middle class area, you know. So I'm definitely not one of the ones, right? I would say that the last 22 years I've been comfortably in the middle of that middle class area in terms of income. Yeah. But so if it were up to me to save money for retirement, you can't depend on Dan. So going to work for a governmental job, that was a nice move by Dan, I would say. Yeah. Hi, Lynn. How you doing, Lynn? I'm taking attendance today. I'm writing down that you're here. Thanks so much for coming. I'm kind of half joking here. I just want to acknowledge who's here and then remember who's here so that I can, do the good deeds of a Westerner. Anyway. Yes, see, yeah, we talked about this before. Wow, oh my gosh, look at this. Because to be honest, I can't afford it, Kuya. They pushed me to build my own home and they helped me a lot. I spent $6,500 already on this house, to the house. That is the power of YouTube, and I believe in it with all my heart that this is going to change the world. YouTube and platforms like it are changing the landscape of the world. It'll make us, it kind of is leveling the playing field for everybody, giving people opportunities such as the opportunity that you've had in order to get the money together from the YouTube subscribers to build your home. That's the beauty of this thing. I don't ever expect to become monetized, quite frankly, Sammy, but if I ever do, I got to tell you something. I will give every penny of that money away to other YouTubers to expand their own YouTube channel. It's good. It's the way the world should work. It's the way the world should work. Lazy Larry says hi to you, Lynn. I'm sure he's checking out your channel as we speak. And I don't know if you know Sammy, but you guys ought to get to know each other. It's like family in the Philippines. Everyone is family. Everybody's family on these YouTube channels. That's a beautiful thing. Check out the channel Lazy Larry, guys. Lazy Larry, I'm wondering, have you put up your first video? It seems like they want you to start putting up videos there, Lazy Larry. Hello, from Lynn. Yeah, I think that if you're not in YouTube, if you start sending mistruths across YouTube, people are going to figure it out really quickly. Unfortunately, or fortunately, my life is an open book. It's easy to discover who Dan is, except for this. I have a very common name, my name is very common. So when you go, I know people are going to go searching for background. They're going to discover all my divorces, all my, story, all the negative stuff, right? I'm just a, regular guy, I guess, who's been through my own, I've had my own stuff happen in my life, and life has been pretty settled for me the last 25 years. But I had a rough beginning. There are regrettable things in there, just like there is in everybody's life. See? But you have to be open and transparent about them. Because look at some of the attacks that are being made to YouTube influencers that are doing good work over there in the Philippines. I mean, they're going to attack the good, the bad, and the ugly sometimes, and you have to be willing to deal with it. Absolutely. No videos. Okay. Well, one of how you got, I think you shared an idea on this, on the live stream before. So one of the ideas that I thought was great was you just do a simple video and on talking about how you ended up with the name Lazy Larry. And I will bet you that it ends up getting thousands of hits. Everybody wants to know. YouTube for fun, not so much for money, or else you will be disappointed. Yeah, because it takes, Lynn, you make an excellent point. It takes tens of thousands of views to earn a paycheck with YouTube. And so, but the thing about it is, you can put your PayPal account on there, and that people are feeling like, wow, I really like Lynn's channel. I don't want her to go away. I want her to keep cranking out videos. And so they send you money. They might send you a little, they might send you a lot, but the whole thing is, it's always coming from the heart. As Sammy pointed out, $6,500 invested American money that YouTube has opened the door for, that allowed him to build his own house. That's sort of like a miracle. Oh, okay, Larry Lee. Lazy Larry Lee. No. I'm just making a bad joke there. But lazy Larry Lee, that has a nice ring to it. And very difficult to say if you say it fast 3 times in a row. Really fast. Yes, Lynn, indeed. That's why I like to be teasing and laughing only in my channel. I wasn't asked anything to them. I just let them give, and it was like like Kuya dance. Love ya, Kuya. You're awesome. Yeah. So there's something about Sammy and Lynn and others that they just like, when you see their videos, they have a charisma that comes through the camera. I don't think that I do, quite frankly. I'm very nervous every time I'm sitting in front of this thing. But the thing is that once in a while you get these YouTubers, you get some YouTube videos that you watch, and you just see this charisma and love and this truth, and all this stuff is flowing across through the right through your television set, right through your smartphone. And that is, that's Sammy for sure. And Lynn, the same. And just coincidentally, when I first started looking at Lynn, by looking at the sticker, was actually the sticker that caught my attention. The little round thing that leads you to their channel. That's what. And so you have to be on your game. You have to know what you're doing in order to attract subscribers to your videos. Sammy, the love, just like a big heart, went straight. It went like this, and that's what caught my attention. And so always, you're going to be on the good deed list, the blessings list. Oh, is that you? Is that you, Larry Lee, on Facebook? Man, I didn't know you had a Facebook page. Uh-oh, the police are coming for me. You guys probably heard the sirens out the back here. Yeah, I know. When the time is right, I probably will do it. I'm not going to say I'm not, because I want to use, but it's the critique that others are getting when they start getting money flowing that bothers me a little bit. Not Filipinas or Filipinos. No one ever complains but it's only expats that are taking heat by collecting up money and then distributing it for those that need it, which I think is a sweet, decent act. But people get criticized for it, saying, you need a licensed charity to do this, a licensed charity to do that. You're not supposed to be in the Philippines working when you're on a tourist visa. That sort of nonsense, which it's legitimate. I didn't mean to call it nonsense, but they're a way to do things. For example, if you're sending me money, I'm probably going to seek out a charitable organization to send that money to, In other words, I'm going to figure out the legal, proper way to do things. Oh, okay. Oh, that's beautiful. A picture of an eagle carved down on a tree trunk. So that's how we find you. All right, that's very nice of you to share that with us, Lazy Larry. Okay, we appreciate that. You have 800 plus friend requests on Facebook. I'm not sure to accept them all. Yeah, here's what's happening to me. Speaking of that, Sammy, I just did this, right? I just started accepting everybody, and whoa, guess what? I started getting the most interesting requests, like, oh, can you send me pictures of your naked body to me? Me? I don't think anybody wants to see me in my birthday suit. Listen, I started getting odd requests, and I'm still getting them. I have no idea why. Someone's going to have to enlighten me as to why they think that's happening. What? How is it so easy for people to ask for a picture of you in your birthday suit? But hey, listen, it happens to me. I'm not going to lie. It happens to me. I'm getting pictures from fans all over the place. I'm a happily married man, and my wife is a happily married woman, and she's married to me. Yeah, you never know who you can trust, and so you have to be careful. You can't just like go click in it, confirm. Yeah. Okay, but Sammy was we found each other pretty easy enough on Facebook. So Sammy Chavez is the name, and put in a request, and you guys you can become friends. That's what I'm talking about. Why do they want to do that? Sending me their baby bananas, some of them not shaved. Listen, listen. I didn't know. Maybe things are starting to go sideways a little bit in the live stream, but I guess I brought it up. I don't understand why that's happening. What are you? Are people bored? Are they sitting at home with a COVID? What's going on? Oh yeah, Lynn's laughing about it. Yeah, I don't get it. But listen, even women are doing this. Women are doing this. I had a conversation with a coworker at work the other day, and we were talking about this, and they said, "Man, gals in the States, they're without even thinking about it, they're just sending the picture out to a potential suitor. Here's what I got. Here's what I got." And I'm just thinking to myself, well, if you show that around, would a guy or gal even be interested? I know. I think that most women are kind of repulsed by the idea of having an unsolicited D pic show up in their inbox. If you know what I mean. Pardon the pun. I was going to say it was unintentional, but knowing me, it probably was intentional. But anyway. Yeah, I saw that post. People are crazy. They don't even know me. They're sending me, requests for. I should charge for that. Hey, I should charge them money for that. Oh, anyway. Wow, that's great, man. Hey, Lazy Larry, go check out the channel Marker 44. I think you'll appreciate the the way he presents things. I love Marker 44's channel. Tell him I sent you. Because I got to tell you something, man. There's some videos he's done. I have tears, in my eyes. Marker 44 is the marker that stands at Bataan and represents the Bataan death march in the Philippines. That tells you what kind of a man Marker 44 is. So go to Marker 44's channel and take a look-see, and you won't be disappointed. There's that for Lynn. If you always want to call for fun in the camera, let me see that. Oh boy, but I'm a novelty to do stuff. I show my body to my lover only. There you go. Okay, so Kuya Larry, your background is more trees and your face is full shaved. Yeah, well, that's the only reason that I could think of, is they want something, they want something for it. But then can't you do the reverse? I mean, if they send you something, then you would say, hey, I'm going to put that on some website unless you pay me money. Well, hey, number one, I'm a law-abiding citizen, so I wouldn't extort money from somebody. That's number one. So that was a joke. Yeah, well, hey, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Sammy, but you are a very attractive person. But the first thing I think about would not be to send you a picture of a banana, of my banana, Okay, great. So you guys have figured out, you found your Facebook pages. All right, that's good. Oh, good. That's clever. I wouldn't have thought of that. I wouldn't have thought of doing it that way. The person Sammy said, the person I post in Facebook, I blocked them in Messenger, but not in Facebook, so they can still see me and regret what they did. That's pretty smart. Okay, so all right, the friendship is in progress, and Larry says he's laughing his ass off at the whole thing. All right. Okay. Check it. See if it's sent. If you're able to see it. V call. And for fun, because Sam is taking a screen record and blackmailing you. Okay. Be careful to a woman called V call. And for fun, because some are taking a screen record and then blackmailing you. So always be aware. Yeah. Right, Sammy. You are funny. All right. Yay. A connection is made on Dan's live stream. Yeah. Oh man. Yes. I am. What you see is what you get with Dan, but not Dan's banana. So okay, so back to what I was talking. Oh yeah. I was talking about the trip. Okay, so I'm gonna vlog this. The entire way. So Los Angeles, visiting my mom, going down to San Diego, going across the border to see what's going on there, hanging around on the beach with my wife in Baja California or Mexico, coming back to Los Angeles, then flying out and heading hopefully to Bangkok in Southeast Asia, taking my wife first after Bangkok to the north to Chiang Mai and spending a day or two in Chiang Rai and then heading to the Burmese border, Myanmar, and then hopefully hopping over that border into Myanmar and hopefully to the capital of Rangoon. Coming all the way back, doing southern Thailand and all the fun that it has to offer. Like, what are some of the places there? Hua Hin and the Sandbox, they call it, and other areas of Thailand before making our way south. Maybe even go through Malaysia, since I have a friend that lives there, and we'll see where we end up. And then hopefully get all the way down south to Da Nang, Vietnam, and then take the plane over to Clark or Manila, wherever it goes. And we have relatives in that Pampanga area, and hopefully we'll stay in Pampanga for a few days and do all the crazy stuff that the other vloggers have done, like take the camera down Walking Street in Angeles City, just for fun, just for fun. Maybe go in and have a drink in one or two of the clubs. Yeah. Okay, Lynn just, she's reminded us she's still there. Yeah, the bananas in the fridge. Somewhere around here I think I showed my banana the last live stream. I showed an American banana and a Filipino banana. Now that's funny. That's funny, Sammy. I didn't realize that I was doing that on my last live stream, but then it's funny. I thought about it later, Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Have a happy vacation. But, that's what most Americans think a retirement is for the first year or so. And then all of a sudden they go, oh, yeah, vacation's over. I better get back to work. And they realize, hey, wait a minute. I don't have to go to work. I'm retired. And I saw this happen to a couple of people, a couple of friends of mine, including my own father when he retired. He went through this phase also, but I wasn't there to actually witness it. I heard about it. Yeah. No one wants to see my baby banana. Yeah. Believe me, I understand where you're coming from, Lazy Larry. Thank you so much, Lynn. I truly appreciate you being here. I really do. Yeah, because I think it'll be fun to do it that way, and we'll see. We'll see if anybody. I mean, what do I get? An average of 100 views on my videos. So I'm just figuring. Well, I think I might be able to get 100 people that are interested in seeing us taking the train down to Los Angeles and then down to San Diego and that whole thing. That'll be fun to do. I am who I am. That's right. No, listen. Here's one thing I learned about Lazy Larry. He is a very, open mind. He has an open mind. Let me tell you, Lazy Larry is one of the good ones. And he doesn't, he doesn't say anything that would harm anybody. And he's very, very accepting and friendly. You guys are having too much fun fooling around. Yeah, life is too short to be serious all the time. And of course, that's why we all want to flock to the Philippines, is because the first thing you notice is happy people everywhere. Even it could be a volcano erupted, an earthquake just happened, Typhoon Odette came through, but the people, the smile never leaves their face. Here in America, here's what I see every day. Here's my look. People, they send you a clear message that they don't want to be bothered by you. They don't want you to say hi, you having a nice day, hello. They don't want to get to know you too much. They don't want to hear about your problems and what's going on in your life. Hey, we're doing well, Eddie. Thanks so much for showing up. We truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. How's everything going with you? Yeah, we're having too much fun here today, Sammy. We really are. This might be one of the live streams for the books. uh, Eddie, hello from Sammy PH. And Larry says hi. We're all family here, right, folks? We're all family here. Oh yeah, the baby banana. Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, we take care of our own here in YouTube. That's for sure. I must have subscribed. Now, Sammy, we were talking about this in through the messenger and about sub per sub and how it works. And if you've been watching my sub count, right, it's slowly but surely going up. But I mean, for crying out loud, 20 subs just disappeared, like poof, evaporated overnight. So one day I'm looking, I said, what? How did I get 447 subs? And the next morning, bloop, it's down by, I'm missing 20 subs. Somewhere they disappeared, you know? Lynn says, in the Philippines, we have to wait for 65 to have retirement from work. How I wish I can reach that age and have fun. I know, Lynn, listen to me. This is a really weird thing. But when you reach 65, right, there's something you start thinking about, and that is that how you're going to retire, you don't have to work anymore, and you have time for enjoyment of life. But really, you should be getting that enjoyment while you're working. But here's the other thing. Everybody that I've talked to that has reached this magic number of 65 says one thing, that resonates, that stays in my mind, and that is that I wouldn't go back for a redo for nothing in the world. I'm all about moving forward, not going backwards in time. So a lot of people would say, "Oh, it would be so nice. It would be so nice if I were younger, blah blah blah." But no, it doesn't happen. What we think about is when we reach 65 is, man, I'm done with that part of my life, and the only thing I can think about now is moving forward. I never want to repeat age 40 again. Not even to see if I could do it better. I would not go back for nothing. And I think that's interesting about the American culture. You gotta be kidding me. You don't like abs. Yeah. Even some women get intimidated when a guy has abs. I've heard American women who have been interviewed about abs, and they've been saying, no, they feel really, really self conscious with some dude hanging around who's got all these muscles, right? And the abs, And of course, they don't call me Big Belly Dan or say, Dan, Billy up to the bar for nothing. Hey, by the way, I don't. I brought up drinking a couple of times, but I don't really drink that much, and so I'm a little bit nervous about going home because tuba wine is everywhere. You see, and everybody has their own version of it. I'm sort of a San Miguel light kind of guy, right? I could picture myself having a bottle once in a while, but not all the time. But if someone gives you some tuba wine, I think in the Philippines it's rude if you don't accept it and then drink it, right? Focus on the content. Don't involve to sub for sub. Yeah, they're cheaters, huh? They have ninja accounts and they disappear, and then you lose the subs. Yeah, I know. But then you go into other people's channels and they're like, drop your link, and all this excitement is happening. By the way, there are a couple of channels I really love when they do the drop your link, and I'm in there all the time because I just love their channel. But hey, that's the reason why I'm there, because I love their channel, not necessarily because I want to do sub for sub. We're in New Mexico planning on going back to Bacoor, Philippines in 5 years. God willing. Oh, so you're going to be moving back there, you mean, Eddie? You're going to be living there. Well, I got to tell you, man, here's the other reason why I love the Philippines. Cheap rent. Hey, I got to admit it. Okay, so, hey, I built the house there, but really, I say but I'm telling you how this really happened. My wife built the house there because, if you're with a Filipino partner, I think it was Marco from Overstay Road says one of the things you have to get, you'll hear is house and lot, house and lot, house and lot, and they're like a parrot. That's his words, not mine, right? Well, there's a reason for that. A house is security to a Filipina, and so my wife. Oh, we believe in a full belly, that's for sure. But I tell you, my wife, um, she saved every dime that she ever earned and put it into that house, and so I'm very proud of her. So now, when I started this channel, Dan's Retirement Journey, I didn't think anything about incorporating this, my wife into this channel, but of course, we are going to go that direction. We're going to go we're going to go exactly in that direction. All right, all right. Anyway, but it's my wife's house, our house, and our family's house. Because if you watch the video, you can see that brother-in-law Jell and mother-in-law and father-in-law live in that home. It's a fairly large house, and it has 4 rooms in it, and so there's plenty of room for everybody. That is pretty much my wife's nuclear family. And then we have cousins, right? We have cousins that live close by. And hi, Mildred. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm going to make a note that you stopped by. I truly appreciate it, Mildred. Dan's making up his list, his blessings list. We were talking about that earlier. Anyway, I'm just joking around. But hey, I do want to keep track of who's coming around, because I want to make sure that I share. So, thanks, Sammy, for saying that. I appreciate it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, my wife. So yeah, how the whole thing started, and so she built it with my guidance. And so here's the whole thing about the house. All right. How do you build a house? I'm constantly being asked. And I said, well, you build a house, and you already know this, Sammy, 1 brick at a time. That's how you build a house. Welcome to the live stream, Sammy, says Mildred. Hey, go over to Mildred's channel and make sure you subscribe, you guys. Hey, so here's the thing about building a house. Sammy, as you already realized how this thing works. You first go and you drop the cornerstone, and that becomes the foundation of the house. And some kind of way, by the grace of God, the house starts to grow and become a home. And that's how you build a house. And so now, I got to tell you, my wife was a little bit uncertain about how this whole thing works, right? She'll be the first person to tell you that she relied upon me for guidance and for advice. And that's how the house came to be. So each step of the way, my wife and I would talk about it. And then we would put our brains together and figure out, what the next move was. And that's how the house came to be. But I'm going to tell you guys something, right? If you want to build a house, this is how you do it. You first draw a picture of the house. That's how you do it. And then the next thing you do is you picture yourself walking through the front door of the house. Yeah, the sub for sub thing, I'm convinced it sucks. It truly sucks. Yeah, you monetize, okay, you've done it before. I get 1K subs in 1 month and monetize for 2 months. But it's not good because they're only subs. Not watching your videos, right? You have to take more. Sammy gave me this advice, and I appreciate it. You have to take more of an organic approach to building your channel, and so it takes time. It takes time to do that. Anyway, I'm doing fine, Mildred. I'm so happy that you're here. Okay, lunchtime. Enjoy your lunch, and we will chat with you soon, either on your channel. We'll talk to you, or we'll chat here. But we will see you later. Thanks for coming and stopping by. Okay, well, you guys know that. Here's the question in real time. Thanks for coming in real time. We're all family here, so we can chat about serious matters and family matters. So the way the lot works is lot cost of lots. What the price is a moving target. So I'm going to tell you what Minnie paid for the lot, and then stand back to get blasted by the criticism. Oh, you paid too much, or you didn't pay enough. So the person we bought the lot from was growing on it and subdivided the lot. They were getting ready, I guess, to retire. So they knew that they had to subdivide the lots. And so what we ended up doing was for 200 square meters, which, as you know, is a very common single size lot size for subdivisions. So, but most people, they would buy 2 lots, 400 square meters, in order to build their house on. We only bought 1 lot. And then some other expats or foreigners came in and bought all the lots around us before I scratched my head, and they said, hey, I need to convert square meters into square feet to see how big this lot is. And then I was like, huh? Oh, 200 square meters, right? So that's a little bit bigger than what, 17 or 1800 square feet, or maybe 200 square meters is like 2,000 square foot lot. Well, the house that I used to own here in Sacramento before we sold it, or Minnie and I owned before we sold it, was almost 10,000 square feet with a 1,500 or 1,700 square foot house on it. Yeah, I can't even remember now. 1,500 square feet? Yeah, something like that. So it's a huge lot in comparison to this lot size. So for 200 square meters, Minnie paid $10,000 for in American money, if that gives you an idea. So, but this is in Candendum in Bayou City, Leyte, which I understand the lots are a little bit. I don't know what it's like, what it was like then, but now I hear that the lots are getting a little bit more expensive because it's a sought out place to live. So I hope that helps you. So, but if you're way out, if you're in the province somewhere, like for example, let's say you were in a different part of Leyte or on the island of Samar, the prices are going to be all over the place as far as the cost of and sizes of the lot, because they're just getting their feet wet. Samar, there's a land rush going on in Samar right now. So it's starting to drive the price or the cost of the lots up. Yes, I know. Yeah, I depend on the moderators to catch these things too. As far as what a spam message is or a harmful topic. Yeah. Yeah, you have to be pretty PC. So anyway, the land costs us $10,000 for 200 square meters, and then I get people saying, "Oh, that's cheap," and then other people say, "Oh, that's expensive." So I don't know. It is what it is. It's what we paid for it, and so and then we end up building 160 square meter, I think it is, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less square foot house on it, or square meter house. So you can go take a look at those pictures that we have online, or go to the channel and take a look. But I don't know. Some people have said, "Oh, it's a big house," and then other people have said, "Oh, you should have gone 2 stories because it's a 200 square meter lot." But what I did is I built it higher by about a foot, so that it would look a little bit taller, and so it's noticeable in the neighborhood. People tell me that it's taller than a regular house. But I was talking earlier, and then I was saying that truth, I wasn't realistic about building the kind of house that I would have liked to have seen built. My wife, the brother-in-law, and their family, they were more on the ball than I was as far as what type of a house. I mean, truth be told, I'm happy in a Kubo style home, made out of bamboo, but that wouldn't have survived Typhoon Odette. I had a very lax, or I don't know, disconnected idea of what type of house needed to be built there. But anyway, my wife and her family saved the day that way. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. You guys go visit Mildred's channel and sign up. Subscribe. You won't be sorry. So, in real time? Oh yeah, okay. So that's how the house came to be. So now the house is almost finished, with the exception of the security. Now it's not only the security fence. We still have to put in. We have running water, but we have to install. Let's see. We have to install a water tank and a water pressure pump. We still have some window air conditioning units that we have to put in there. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, and the sewer system, I think it's okay, but I think I want to modify that a little bit when I get there. I think I want to build another tank and have it be where, I think if you go and you look at some of the videos, you'll see that there's a Kubo that's sitting near the security fence outside of the house, towards the main street, the access road. And I think what I want to do is I want to tear that down and build a septic tank there, and then put an outdoor restroom and shower there, and an outdoor kitchen, and so that we can have access to that outdoor restroom when we have guests over. I think that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. Hi, Seth. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Hey, if you guys haven't signed up to her channel, I love Seth's channel. She does a lot of hiking and shows us a lot of the nature around there. But hey, Seth, while you're here, I was just talking about building an outdoor CR. Do you guys have an outdoor CR in the house that you're living in now? I'm just curious about that. And could you see the benefits of having an outdoor CR? Like if you have people over and they're outdoors, and they want to use the restroom. Do you have them come inside the house, or do you spend most of the time inside the house? Just curious about that. Lazy Larry says hi, Seth. Oh, you just got home. Well, it's lunch, I guess. Oh, you do have an outdoor CR. How do you guys like it? How do you and Martin like it? Because I'm thinking about building one. I think we should have one, I think it's a smart idea. Hey, hi, Seth. Mildred says hi. Yeah, with a shower. That was the plan. The plan was to build it with a shower. I don't know if I want the toilet separate from the shower or not, separated by a hollow block wall, or maybe even yeah, probably a hollow block wall, or put them together. But I'm thinking that that's probably what we're going to do when we get there. You can buy an in-ground tank pretty cheap for an outdoor CR. Nice, and it's not used often. Yeah, in real time. Did you do that? Have you done that? And can you buy an in-ground tank in the Philippines where they just drop it? You just dig the hole and they drop it in the ground. And does it have to be vaulted? Here in the States, man, stuff like that gets complicated. The septic system we have in the Philippines was built out of hollow block. And so it's got a hollow block um, septic system, that needs to be cleaned out once every couple of years, from what I understand. From hot springs. Oh, you have hot. All right. Why isn't my clicker working? All right. Seth says it's a good idea, especially have a problem with that. But I was just thinking that let's say that something happened inside the house. Let's say the septic system failed, or it backed up, or something happened. Then you have a completely separate backup system that's not connected to your main septic system that will help take care of any problem that you might have. It'll help. You could use it as emergency backup, or when guests are over, they could use it. And then see, yeah, and the other idea was to put also the dirty kitchen. Yeah, because I don't know, I'm not a fan. I don't know how Martin is, but I'm not a fan of stinky fish inside the house. But anyway, they already cook that outdoors anyway in the kubo. They already have something set up outside where they do the cooking, for the food. But that smell, it gets absorbed by the furniture and the bedding and things like that hanging around. And I'm not sure I'm a fan of cooking stinky fish anyway inside the house. Rock walls is nice, and put designs on it. That's a good idea. I think if you hadn't said anything about that, I wouldn't have thought of it. I'm pretty plain. Um, my wife, I'm not sure how creative she is in that sort of thing. I think she's good in the growing of things. It seems like all Filipinos have a green thumb. Anything that she puts in the ground, it grows. She in our old house we had a garden, and she was growing squash and vegetables and fruit trees. We had orange tree, we had apple tree, we had a Filipino lime tree, we had all this great stuff. Oh, that would be nice. That's a really nice idea. One thing I know for sure, I love the tub idea, but I know we don't have room for it. And plus, where I'm planning on putting this, it's going to be facing the main street, the entryway. So I have to have it blend into the landscape a little bit. And so I think rock is a great idea. Okay, we have the white circle of death again. So I'm having internet signal problems here in the States, believe it or not. I was explaining earlier that we don't even have high-speed fiber optic cable in this apartment that we live in right now. We had fiber optic in the house, and so we never had a problem with speed delivery. But when everybody is on the internet at the same time, and it's a Saturday night here in the States, in Sacramento, what time is it anyway? 8 o'clock, something like that. Then everybody's on the internet. They're streaming stuff right now. Hopefully they're watching your YouTube channels. Oh, hi, Mel. Mel, I should have I should have messaged you and letting you know that we were going to go live. Well, hey, it's better late than never. Thanks, Mel. We appreciate you being here. Always. Steve, yeah. Oh, you bought a real grill. You're lucky. You have all the things you need there. I love looking. I can't get a good view of your house on the videos, but it looks very, very nice. I know you're right there by the water. I mean, it's a beachfront house. I could see that. I mean, it's beautiful. It looks beautiful. Okay, Mel's there. Buffering, yeah. I know I'm buffering. It's terrible. We have worse signal here than you guys have there in the Philippines. Hey, Melanie, Lazy Larry's here. He says hi. Okay, so you're oh, great. That's fantastic. I hope my name's on there. YouTube rocks. What happened? Oh, missed. It's buffering here. It's buffering because we have everybody on the same internet. We have the old style cable system here. It doesn't work. We don't have fiber optic cable in this apartment. That's what the problem is. So it glitches. You can only have so many devices on at one time. And so I'll bet you what happened is we've got 4 or 5 devices going at the same time. My wife is probably on the internet in the bedroom, and then I've got my phone going, and I got the computer going, and the cameras and everything, and that's probably what ended up happening. Oh, okay. The other live stream is buffering. All right. So that must be a YouTube problem. Maybe YouTube or yeah, maybe YouTube is got a problem on their end. Oh, okay. So every time I show up for the live stream. All right, well, I'll make sure I show up. Yeah, the buffering could be a YouTube problem or the streaming program could be buffering. It could be a combination of all of the above. So anyway, it's actually a good place to end the stream. I appreciate you guys all stopping by and saying hello, and I hope to see you on the next live stream. So I'll be doing Friday or Saturday nights, and I will follow Chris and Cebu. And the reason why I follow Chris's channel, come after him, is because I love participating, on his channel. I mean, seeing everybody alive on that channel is something else. And so then after Chris and Cebu is on, then I go live after I get my act together. So that's what the plan is for the future. That Saturday night, it'll be 8 o'clock. No, it'll be somewhere between 6 and 6:30 every Saturday. I will try to be here to do a live stream. So that's the plan for the future anyway. Yeah, Kay says, thanks for letting us know. So it's got to be, something, here's one more thing. We had solar flares coming in. And so maybe the solar flares are hitting, right now. Or the internet is under attack by somebody, we don't know. But usually, well, that's a clue. That's a clue that that something is happening globally to the internet system. Hey, Mel says, hello, Sass. Yes, Larry says take care everyone. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end the live. I'm gonna go ahead though, and I'm gonna go through the remaining comments. Yeah, it's very interesting, Chris's live stream, you know. You can tell who all is in a good mood and who's not in a good mood on the live. So yeah, that's right. That's how we met. Yep. Oh, Minnie's in the bedroom. Yeah, she's probably doing some. She's probably uploading onto Facebook, her Facebook channel right now, or she's watching me so she can yell at me later for stuff I talked about. All right, we'll see you later, Sess. I hope you get all that stuff uploaded to your channel. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.